Welcome, my friends. How are you guys doing today? It is March 24th at the time of this recording. Yankee spring training is still going on. I just got back from a trip from down in Tampa, and we'll talk about that. Chris is here. I am here, and you're listening there. Welcome to Pinstripe Podcast, episode 295? 6? 296.
Hey, let's do it.
You wanna do it? You wanna do it? You wanna do it? Hey. All right, guys. What it do? The season is starting. It is around the corner, and we're very excited. Chris?
Very excited.
How are you doing?
Very excited.
How are you doing?
Very excited. Very excited. Every day we get closer to opening day. Every day we get closer to, technically the first pitch of the regular season happened already. Technically.
So weird.
Yeah, that was very weird. But
the season doesn't start until the Yankees play, obviously.
Exactly. It doesn't really truly begin until a Yankee throws a pitch. But I can't wait. Yesterday was very bad. Yesterday was raining. Yeah. Today the sun is out. I was getting dressed. I was getting earlier today. I was putting everything together, organizing myself, and I'm looking at the different tank tops that I have. Mm-hmm. Joe, what's your favorite type of tank top? Do you like your tank tops to be like kind of loose, or do you want it to be like? Do you want it to hug your upper body?
You know what? I think I'm gonna like when it comes to like if it's really hot outside, I feel like I want it to be loose and like having that loose look. It looks real dope. Like and it's long. If you're wearing like a wife beater outside, I don't know about that. Like I'm not like with that. I don't subscribe to that. And speaking of subscribing, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video, as well as we will be having a bunch of Yankee content, including covering some of the minors and covering. What's covering? Covering just some player stuff, and we may do some Spanish interviews, and that might come down.
That's gonna be dope.
Well, that might come down the line. We'll see.
That's gonna be awesome. How you doing, Joe?
I've been.
You just got back from a trip.
Yeah.
Sunny Florida.
Been back. Yeah, yo, it was it's crazy because Florida's weird. The rain mixed with it's hot, mixed with hey, should I wear a sweater? Mixed with it's like Florida doesn't know what it wants to be.
Florida, you're too confused, man.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man.
Do you want to be New York? Word. Do you want to be Texas? What do you want to be, man?
Facts, bro. Come on, yo. That's it. But seriously, like, it was cool. Like, I went out there for this trip. By the way, the last like week has felt like just one long day, just because we did the stream, the JM Gaming stream, into the opening day, and in Korea, and then Ipe, and
Wow.
Let's go with that shit, bro. There's something funny going on there. I'm not gonna talk about it. It's something funny.
I mean, it's happening. It's happening. It's
Ipe and Shohei and all that
all day. It's a lot of things happening with that situation. Why the Dodgers was always in some shit. But prayers to everyone involved, man.
Yamamoto got rocked.
Yeah, Yamamoto got rocked. I'm hoping that everything works out for who.
Yeah, I'm not out here rooting for people's downfall. So that is something I'm not doing, because I know the ramifications of him not pitching well. And,
it just goes to show you, man. Like, what I mean? Judge got hurt last year, and it's like karma took a bit. No, I'm just kidding. It's like your judge got hurt, and it was like, oh, word, are you gonna keep going? But no, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding already.
Right.
But prayers to everyone involved in that situation.
Yes. But anyway, I went from there to then I did not sleep that day because then that whole day I was recording other stuff, and then it was just like, oh, shit. Then I gotta hop on a plane. I came back, and I hopped on a 6 a.m. flight to go to Tampa, and then that night we had an event to meet people. So everything's just been like a lot. I'm ready for like I would love a day off, like maybe one. Well, today technically kind of is maybe. Well, I'm gonna edit this, and then I gotta edit a gaming video. Maybe not.
It's not traveling though. It's not traveling. So
Right. But it's cool. It's blessed to be in this position to be able to travel. And yo, Chris, I went down there. I went to Tampa. I mean, the meeting people aside, which is dope. It's always dope. But getting press credentials and being in not only the press box, but walking on the field, and security just keeps checking my like checking, like my credentials, like, yo, you belong here or what? I'm like, yeah, bro, like you good, like it says I get field access. Like it's like, all right,
that's fire,
well. So I get to walk around, had conversation with players, with Brian Cashman, Mendoza,
did he
who's the
recognize
manager for the Mets now, and he used to
video.
be bench coach for the.
I seen that video. Did Cashman recognize you?
Huh?
Did Cashman recognize you?
Oh yeah. He knows. He knows. He's like, hey man, whoa. He was like, whoa, when did you guys make it down here? Convos with Swisher, had a really long, cool conversation with Rodon, just talking about him and just like non-baseball stuff, just him taking an interest in trying to find out about my kids and like what they do. And I talked about that. I read the article, about him and his wife, about fertility and all of that stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's
IVF,
yeah. So then shout out to him. But we had a whole conversation there about that. And just people, sometimes you see like the like anybody could just be walking in the hallways, bro. Like I was walking and I look right next to me and it's DJ LeMahieu, and he catches eyes with me like, hey man, how you doing? I'm like, hey, what's good, DJ?
Go DJ.
Yeah, I seen Peraza. Oh yeah, I seen Peraza, guys. He told me he's feeling better every single day, feeling good.
Update.
So then that's good, and definitely speedy recovery for him.
What happened with that? The popcorn situation and
bro, that Tampa Tarpon, that rookie, bro, that dude pissed me off, bro, because it's like, yo, it's not like it was old stale popcorn. That shit was fresh and buttery. Like my man went to the movies and put, when you press that button, there's mad butter on that shit, and your hands are greasy, but you still eating it as a little kid, bro, like that. And he threw it on Jake. He didn't throw that shit on me, but it's still some of it landed on me. And I was like, damn, dog, like
it's a new shirt, man.
Yeah. But that whole experience was just fire. Just it always is like, because I'm still a fan. I'm still a regular guy, Chris. Like at least that's how that's how I see it. But then
the thing is I don't know anymore.
Nah, I say because that's how I feel. But then like these guys are recognizing me. Like they're like, oh hey Joe, oh what's good? Oh John with me there. Like they're talking to us and shit, and it's like
like maybe to you, like
for me, huh?
Like maybe to like when you see yourself, because you never put yourself on a higher stratosphere than anybody else or whatever. Like you still grounded, you still see yourself like regular everyday Joe. But I mean,
yeah,
not everyday regular people get like on field badges and bumping,
that's what I'm saying.
Bumping arms with Cashman and Boone, and you know what I mean. But it just goes to show you the work ethic, all the work that you've been putting in, and the fruits of your labor is really showing. B. Every year is always like one extra step.
Fruits of our labor.
Our labor. So it's super dope. It's super dope, man.
Yeah. Let's talk about what should we talk about right now? You want to talk about the good things this spring? You want to talk about the injuries?
I mean, we started,
you're concerned with?
We started with Peraza, and you obviously you were there. In terms of injuries and everything like that, like
they gave me this whole sheet, all the players. Which is cool.
So obviously, we weren't here when when that whole situation with Judge and his abdominal injury and him like, oh yeah, he's gonna come out for batting practice and swing a bat, and he didn't.
Right.
But obviously, he's back, and it looks like everything is good so far. But what do you
Yeah.
see? What do
So
you see on your end with Judge?
I think Judge is good. I think he's going to be good for opening day. I think it was kind of like a situation where it was just, you know, we're just gonna go ahead and
Let her fly.
let it fly. You know,
Yes.
and just just kind of like reserve yourself, and not it is about the regular season. And the biggest problem people had, like the fans had, wasn't that you sat them down for a couple of days, because everybody understands it's about the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more about like,
Communication.
yo, why you guys keep telling, like, for that, don't tell me anything, right? Like, you don't have to say anything. We're not putting a gun to your head. You could just say, hey man, we're taking a couple of days. We want to make sure that he's good, and that's it. Like, it could be that it. But once you start doing the whole like, well, we think he's good, we think he's bad, we think he's fine, we think he's mine.
No, they start what? Sound like a spell, yo. Now, he it's just a gradual way of
Right.
their communication. It's like, nah, man, it's just they start making up words. It's a little snag. What?
Yeah.
What is that? And then
But
it's like, oh
it's
no,
just
he's
a
day to day.
tidbit. It's just a tidbit.
It's just a tidbit. No, then it goes to, oh, it's day to day. Then it goes to, we're gonna send him to get an X-ray.
Mm.
We're gonna go do an MRI. Yeah,
The
he's gonna sit down for the
progression,
next 2
yeah, the
weeks.
progression of that is always
It's
like the
like,
same thing.
it's like, yo, bro, don't tell me nothing. Just tell me when it happens. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if it's bad, it's like, hey, we'll get back to you. But that was the same situation, and that's the major concern. I mean, even you made a video about it. It's like, guys, come on, man. Like,
Right.
don't treat me like I'm an idiot or anything like that. Similar situation with Cole, but obviously Cole is going to be out for a couple months.
Like
Uh,
Keith used to say, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's
don't
raining.
piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. It was a similar situation with Cole as well,
Yeah.
but that one is like, yeah, we're gonna wait and see and run all these tests and talk to these multiple doctors just to see if we get to
Mm-hmm.
the same destination in terms of the results and the outcome. And we received much better news than anticipated. We thought it was going to be, something along the lines of Tommy John, but hopefully, the inflammation goes down and we talking about Cole back in the starting lineup in the starting rotation for the rest of
Mm.
the season after 2-3 months that he's going to be out.
By the way, oh yeah, speaking of Keith, shout out to Keith, man. I seen him down there, seen his son
Shout out to
Jackson for the
Keith.
first time. Yo, that's a big boy, man. That's a big, beautiful boy. Blessed to him. That
Awesome, man.
kid's nice and healthy. He looks, he's gonna be a big. He's already half of Nicole's size, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a baby."
Hey, listen, man.
This is good, man. Seriously,
Shout out
love
to
that.
Keith, man. Love that.
Yeah, love
And the
that.
family. And the
Look,
family.
yes. So, all right, let's talk some injuries real quick. You said Judge,
Cole.
he's fine. Rizzo's out currently, and he's out with that lot. I honestly think, and just talking with Boone and talking with people around the clubhouse, I honestly think he's going to be in the opening day roster. He's going to be fine. If not, as of right now, at this moment in time, Kevin Smith is probably making the roster, which I don't know how you feel about, but
he sounds like he's made up. Like they just made up that player, Kevin Smith. Is he from the Pirates? Was he a former Pirate? Well, that's
where
Kevin.
was
Well, that's Kevin Newman. I don't know. I haven't heard of
that
Kevin
might
Smith.
be Kevin Newman.
Yeah, probably Kevin Newman. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, you know, what I mean, the backup for third baseman if DJ has to miss time or Rizzo, you really got to look into that. I mean, I know they had Cabrera, Oswaldo at first playing first, but I don't know how long that's
Right.
going to last.
Who's been hitting more now recently, which is good for him. I like that for him, that he's doing better.
I'm very happy for Oswaldo, him hitting and stuff like that, stepping up after Peraza
Oh
went
yeah.
down. And he's still around. You know what I mean? He hasn't been sent down. So it looks like he's going to be one of those bench pieces the Yankees will definitely need
for
throughout
sure.
the season.
For sure. So he's there. We also have so Rizzo opening day lineup. That's what I think for sure. DJ LeMahieu is a little bit more murky. It's up in the air. We were looking at him work out, and I'm like, bro, what is this? Like and I understand that they go through like a whole process of working out, Chris. But the little jogs that he was doing, it's like, man, what's happening? Like, that's it.
It didn't look good.
No, it looked good. Like for
Okay.
him, I'm not saying that it was like it was bad. It just felt like they weren't trying to let go of the reins at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, I'm not a medical guy, but it was just like it just felt like extra conservative.
Oh, like the way that he was. You think it could be a situation where it's like, you know, they're going through spring and working out and playing, that it could just be a situation where, you know, muscles get tightened up a little bit and they're just trying to like, it's nothing too serious, but you know, you've been putting in the work, but relax.
So his thing is the foot thing, right?
Yeah, with DJ.
Yeah. So this is the thing with DJ. I don't know if it's going to be like a, hey, maybe he doesn't make opening day thing, but you don't make a roster move because he could play by the third or fourth game kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that. Yeah. But
I mean, if he's saying that he feels confident,
but from what I see, he looks like he's good, right? Like, like I seen him walking. He doesn't walk with a limp at all. He was out there fielding ground balls. He's throwing like normal. You know, it looked like he was hitting like normal. So I mean, I didn't really see anything like he was like limping. But the quotes that Boone was giving us were a little tough. Like he was just saying like, he was saying we'll see, or he's a ways away when it comes to DJ, and I'm like, a ways away, really? And then we asked Boone about that, and he's more of like, yeah, but you know, it's kind of like we just don't know. You know, we just want to make sure it's right. It's the beginning of the season, and
as of yesterday, though, they said a good light running, like you said, the light jogging.
Yeah. He did some more stuff today with more intensity, by the way.
Yeah, so
they reported that.
They're basically taking it day by day. They say he's still got ways to go to be at a point where he's ready to play. But, you know, I think they're just being very conservative about it. And, you know, he'll ramp it up as it gets closer to opening day. I think he'll be out starting third baseman and Rizzo starting first baseman.
I see Rizzo, I think he's starting opening day. I honestly think that DJ won't start on the IL. Like I don't think he'll be an IL situation, but I think he'll like start like he'll play, like he might miss the Houston series or like be in the end of the Houston series, like kind of thing.
I could see that,
like that Monday, because we start on the road, right?
Houston.
What an opening series!
Get it out the way.
Get it out the way. Let's get it together. Let me see who else. Well, we haven't talked about big Nat King Cole. Haven't talked about Garrett Cole here, who I did see like briefly, and you know I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I did see him briefly. But he was, you know, Garrett Cole is another guy. He avoided surgery, avoided the Tommy John surgery, Chris. And what do you think about that? What's your opinions on that? I've been like trying to find out.
I think there's pros and cons to it. Obviously, you don't want to lose your your ace, your Cy Young in the beginning of the season. A season after a season after you ended up 82 and 80, the previous one.
Right.
You know, so but the offense is going to have to step up. You know, Rodon has to step up. We got Cortez, who's going to be the opening day pitcher. You know, so we'll talk about that. How you feel about Cortez being the one that they got the call, but the pros, I guess, is less innings. You know what I mean? Especially if he comes back
like a con, right? I want him to be out there more innings.
No, but you know, I guess you definitely want him to be out there for more innings and everything like that. But he's going to have a lot more. But even though, again, he's our Cy Young, he's our ace. It doesn't matter. He's going to throw over 200 innings, whatever. But he's going to have those extra bullets towards the end of the season. And overall is a con. Obviously, you don't want to lose your you don't want to lose your ace. You don't want to lose your Cy Young. But if the Yankees could hold it down for the next 2-3 months, the offense holds it down. If Rodon could find himself, Cortez keeps it going.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I do think that the offense needs to carry.
Absolutely. So that's why I was definitely afraid. Like, damn, man, we Judge and Cole in the same week. Be like, we can't do that. But Stroman obviously is going to have to pick it up, and we got to talk about that Stroman thing that everybody tried to make a controversy of. It was like, oh no, I don't want to stray away from my routine, and to be the opening day pitcher. But yeah, everybody else is going to have to step it up. We just got word that potentially Luis Gil is going to be the fifth guy, and
good for him.
I'm excited for that as well because
he's nasty.
He's worked his way back from injury, in year and a half, almost 2 years. So that's definitely great to hear. So, and the simple fact that the Yankees didn't go out to sign a pitcher, obviously because of luxury tax situations, or even trade for a pitcher, because it's too expensive there, and they have a lot of trust on this guy. So let's see where it goes. But offense is going to have to carry. That's just how I look at it.
Yeah, no, offense is going to have to, and anything could happen, right? Like Cashman could just decide to add somebody at final day, or there's also people that release people, that just can't make the roster that you can go ahead and take. So that can happen.
And we still got the trade deadline, man. We still got the trade deadline.
You still got the trade deadline.
Who knows what happens then? But again, the main thing is getting Cole back right. Don't rush him. Not necessary. If you got to take an extra month or whatever, not ideal. But we prefer to get a Cole that's right than a Cole that's wrong. We don't want that. We don't want that.
Well, yeah. Another thing, I guess the last thing with Cole is just, hey, you know what? It's not Tommy John. There weren't any tears. That's a good thing. 2 doctors told you he didn't need a surgery. That's a good thing. So you know what? Let's rehab it, and then he'll come back. It could just be, there's fatigue with elbows sometimes. It just happens. But yeah, so that's done there. Judge had a little bit of a scare. I think he's fine. He should be good for opening day. Then there's
now with that whole abdominal situation, right? Does it kind of make you nervous, him, being in center or playing the outfield? Do you think eventually the conversation has to be, is Judge going to be the outfield the long term, or can we move him to first base or DH after next season or two? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I gotta see the season. I think that issue came from him swinging a lot, not for him playing outfield. So like,
right,
the outfield injuries would be more lower body, right? Like that's what I would see. But
those dives, those front dives.
Yeah. I don't know who else had injuries or like an injury scare or anything like that.
And maybe not so much a scare, but Rodon definitely got lit up yesterday. So that's.
But he's healthy. He looks good. So
yeah, I think it's
I'm more concerned with other stuff. Now, if you want to talk about concern about rotation, we could talk about that, because that's like, well, that's another conversation here because we're super thin there. But that's a conversation that we can have later on in the pod for sure. But what are you optimistic about?
Optimistic.
Like, what do you like? What do you like in the spring? What's giving you optimism?
Volpe, man. Volpe in the middle of that lineup.
Everybody says the same thing about Volpe.
He's going to be a pest. And Joe, we've been talking about
He needs to be a pest.
He needs to be a pest. He needs to be that guy that, just whatever you throw at him, whatever breaking pitches, he wastes pitches, swinging left and right.
Damon, man.
Makes you throw so many pitches before you get him out, or he walks or hits a slap nut single up, the other way, whatever it is, he just needs to be that guy that gets on base, steals bases, get back to himself. And I think that he found that, especially with the little adjustments that he made on his swing.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. There was some fastballs, the higher fastballs that he couldn't catch up to. Now he's hitting them this spring, and he's playing great defense. He had a phenomenal play a couple days ago. So obviously, Gold Glover Volpe. You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean? Stand up. So I love that. Having him in the middle, and then him and like Verdugo, like left and right. I think I'm excited for that. Absolutely.
for sure.
Who else? Trevino. You know what I mean? He came back his first game swinging. I love that. He's throwing the ball well as well. From the catcher's position. So that's our guy. That's our guy. And who else? Obviously, the obvious is Soto and the judges and all those guys, obviously. But
Well, I,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, Wells has impressed for
Yes,
me. He's
yes.
impressed. And people have been raving about him. It's also, when I hate to keep name dropping.
Name drop,
But
name
in
drop.
the conversation with Tanner Swanson, he did say he's like, man, he's really good defensively, man. I keep telling people about him. So
Future.
that's really good. Having Tanner Swanson, kind of vouch for him too. And then offensively, we always felt that he'd be there. But yeah, Volpe, I agree with Volpe for sure. And his swing is just different,
It's
Chris.
different.
It
Very.
looks different. It feels different. And it looks like he's ready. I need him on base. And I think he feels that.
Yeah,
He's
that
feeling that
OBP.
on a cellular level.
That OBP is definitely gonna rise, man. I feel good about Volpe. Who's your leadoff? Is it gonna be DJ? I think Volpe. If he
I think it could be between Volpe and what am I saying? I'm sorry. I think it could be between DJ or Verdugo, whatever you want to do. I mean, if he can't go to start the season in terms of DJ, you can have Verdugo up there. I mean, he's done it before. He's done it successfully.
absolutely
So,
takes a lot of pitches as well.
oh
But
yeah,
eventually, I think Volpe could be that guy. I know last year it was premature. I was saying it like, lead off, lead him off. But if if his spring training is any indication of what's to come for Volpe this season, I think he could be the guy towards the end of the season, man. To have a Volpe, Judge, Soto, Stanton. Want to talk about Stanton?
well, before Stanton, if you want to talk about people that's impressed me, I mean, Gleyber Torres.
Gleyber, man.
Gleyber Torres.
Gleyber.
Is
You spoke with his dad briefly too?
Oh yeah, I did. I hate to name drop again. No name drop. We're gonna name this the no name drop.
No
episode.
name drop episode. That's a good one. That's a good one.
But seriously, like Gleyber Torres is awesome, and apparently he worked hard. He blogged it as well, like him working really hard this offseason, and it shows. Right now, from what I see, Gleyber in spring, I think he was batting. Last time I checked, what was he batting? 350. 351.
The papers.
The
papers.
I got mad papers here. When you go in the little press box, they give you a whole bunch of stuff. Don't like the Yankees record this spring, but who cares? Let me see. Gleyber, as of yesterday, before the game, was batting. Look at that. Did they get it? These are pictures. Marcus Stroman's doing really good right now, by the way, Chris.
Who?
I don't know if you see that.
Marcus Stroman?
Yeah. Marcusio Stroman.
That's a guy, man. That's a guy that's out to prove himself.
All we need him to. Oh my god. Using all these papers, bro. What the hell?
With
I don't know what's going on. Does he lead the team in hitting?
I'm not 1,000% sure. Can we get that? Possibly.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Gleyber Torres is batting, as of yesterday, had an on-base percentage of 435 and was batting 359.
Sheesh.
Luis Torrens, who, by the way, covered for Rizzo at first, you remember Torrens?
Yeah.
Is batting 308. Giancarlo's batting 316, or was batting 316. Verdugo 265. I haven't heard of Verdugo too much. I feel like, is nobody interviewing him? What's
the,
going?
the
I feel
only
like
the only thing
the
I heard
only
was
thing
with
I heard was a Zoom.
the only thing I heard from Verdugo is the chain, that he can't wear all those chains.
Yeah. Wells
Like
was batting 344.
the 300 club.
Oh my god, bro! These guys are having great springs, man.
I love that, man.
They're having
You
great
know,
springs.
the numbers, aside from the fact that the numbers do not lie, but the spring training numbers, obviously they're just exhibition numbers or whatever, but it's a great indication of where they're at, their approach at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're not just swinging at shit and just trying to, hit a home run all the time. If this team could turn into that contact team, top to bottom, that'd be amazing, babe. Top to
Yeah.
bottom, everybody hitting 265 and up. Even that 265 for Verdugo, man, I'm not mad at it.
No, not at
I
all.
gotta see him more. I gotta see his approach as well. I gotta see what's up.
Well, is he on base a lot? That's the thing. Like,
but yeah, that's in the I gotta see what's his on
his
base.
on base percentage is 342, or it was 342 yesterday.
Okay,
And entering yesterday. So it's like,
yeah, man. And Judge loves himself some Verdugo, man. So
oh yeah,
let's see what happens after this season. But hey, you never know, man. He's a lefty bat. I heard the thing about him paying all the haircuts for all the minor leaguers. I think that's awesome.
nice.
So he's already positioning himself as one of the leaders here. So I like
A
that,
good
man.
attitude guy. Let's
Love that,
go.
love that. You hear the stories about who and it's funny. Even as a Red Sox or as a Dodger, I think you always like them, but obviously you hear the stories with him and his the Alex Cora and that whole situation. But as a Yankee,
Bro, they made me
it's
do
different.
roll call yesterday, right? Like, because we had like a party in the stands
Oh yeah, so
and
I
we
saw that
invited a
video.
bunch of people. And I was like in the middle of eating a hot dog and the game's about to start. You're not supposed to do it like that. Like, everybody's supposed to like be ready. You have your guy already. The person has the lineup. There's a person behind them with the lineup as well, making sure that they know. Like, that's the bleacher creatures just know. So I'm there and I don't even know the lineup. I just finished eating a hot dog. Like, I'm like trying to. And they're like, yo, Joe, do roll call. I'm like, what? And like, you got to do it right after first pitch. And we were doing it, and I was like, I fucked the whole shit up. Judge is like, yo, hello? Like, are you gonna like keep chanting? Like, because I didn't know who it was, and they're like trying to Google who the player is. He's like, hello, the next next player. So yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. Pretty
That and Judge was looking like, what's good with this guy, B?
yeah, like, yo, what's good, man? Fuck this dude. But yeah, anyway,
so we cover some of the injuries there. Obviously, not too much to be concerned about. You're probably hearing a car alarm in the background here, but the catcher situation, Joe. Or do you want, or we? No, actually, before we move on from the pitching situation,
we're concerned about the pitching because if there is an injury, we're thin there. If there is an injury, and while I love Will Warren, I love Luis Hill, and Luis Hill, the problem with him is that he was injured last year. So being injured means that you're not going to have that many innings available to you this year, right? So what's going to happen? The Yankees have to do something there, and you have to make up for Garrett Cole. Those are a lot of innings, a lot of games that you have to try to make up for. What's going to happen there? So obviously everybody has to step up. But I tell you right now, if Nestor Cortez and Rodon can't, like the first two starts that they have, and they lose or get shelled, I think Yankee land is in big time worry mode.
There's going to be a lot of Snell talks, a lot of Monty talks. You see, this is why you trade for Cease or Burns. But we're going to have to figure it out at the end of the day. We could get mad at what didn't happen, but you got to figure it out with what you have already. So in this situation, Stroman definitely has to step up. They went with Cortez to open it up, and let's see where he's at. Obviously he after how last season ended, he wants to make sure that he steps it up for this season, 2024.
Oh yeah.
Rodon, obviously, he's in a different mindset right now. Definitely slimmed down. Went to work after how last season ended. I'm pretty sure that shit it
Mm,
left a nasty smell. You know what I mean? Like
mm.
it left a nasty, nasty smell last season. How it was for him, not something that he didn't. He wasn't expecting himself, but it just didn't work out with the injuries and all that stuff. So he definitely wants to show out this season. We got some guys, Joe, that once they need is something in them that they need to prove it.
That's good. Well,
They
a
have
lot
that
of the guys are on contract years, and I
exactly.
personally think that could work to the Yankees'
They
advantage.
have that prove it energy is like a word, and also they want to set their family up for the next couple generations. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
like the Glavers, like the Sotos. Uh, is Rizzo free agent after next season? Is it? I think after
After next
2025,
season, I believe.
something like
Like
that.
an opt-out situation there that I don't really remember.
So we'll look at it as the season goes along and everything. But
Mhm.
there's a few guys, man. Verdugo, obviously, that they're on a prove a year and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
So I have a good feeling, man, because at the end of the day, these guys want to win. You know what I mean? And so I know a lot of a lot of fans, a lot of people like, oh man, we just got Soto and that's it. We didn't do anything else. It's like, nah, I think we have a solid team. The main thing is just her health. If we can maintain the health, not lose too many guys throughout the season, I think we have a good shot. But
that's
Stroman,
the thing. It's a battle of attrition, and right now it feels like the Yankees are
yeah,
losing that battle.
I think that's why getting pivoting to Stroman after Snell rejected that contract
Mhm.
offer. I think it was a good thing. Obviously with the whole situation with the fans or whatever we talked
Yeah,
about in the previous pod, but I feel like
100%.
he's definitely one of those guys that's like, all right, man, like this, I'm a Yankee. Like let's get to work.
Yeah.
Um, did
Well,
did you have
opening days. What you say?
did you have any ill will towards him, like not saying like, hey, I don't want to change my schedule or my routine?
Um, no. All right. So this is what it was, right? So this is at first I was like, okay, that's weird. Are you just not taking opening day? Blah blah. Like, what the hell is that about? But apparently, like, so one story is that Boone said that he asked him or whatever, like, and that Strowman was like, I'll do whatever, whatever you want, but that could be player, he's protecting the player or whatever it was. I think Strowman wants to start in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So opening day in the Bronx, I think he wants that, which is fine. Like I don't think he's, you know, in a situation where he's thinking like, man, I'm not gonna be flexible at all to these guys or whatever it is. Like, I just feel like while he does want opening day in the Bronx, um, I think maybe he was asked something along the lines of like, would you prefer to do this? And it got deeper into spring, and you're already like sometimes like I don't know if a lot of people understand that players are so regimented that their whole schedule is planned out for them ahead of time, right? I think Jeter's main thing, like when he retired, was, I'm looking forward to not living on a schedule, and your whole life as a baseball player is on a schedule. So they would have to change his schedule, not a lot, not crazy. I think most of the thing was is that he wanted to make sure he was ready. He wanted to have the opening day in the Bronx. I think that means something to him, and he's a guy that needs to play on emotions, Chris. And being in the Bronx opening day, a guy that loves to perform in front of the fans, and I'm sure he wants to prove himself to the Yankee fans. I think that's important to him. So I think Boone seen that and said, you know what? All right, let's go ahead and start with Nestor. Nestor starting right on the road,
Mm-hmm.
and
Against
then they'll go with
Houston.
that. It's fine. Because I think the first two series is on the road.
Yeah, Houston.
So
And
they'll
then,
go ahead and they'll do that. He's still gonna. I think he's still pitching in that Houston series though.
who? Oh yeah, Stroman.
Yeah, he's still. So
Yeah,
it's not like he's trying to duck the Astros, which I've seen some
he
people
just
try to say.
no, he just want to. I think it's gonna be. Nestor, Rodon, Stroman.
Right.
Maybe the first three, depending on how they want to go at it. I didn't have an issue with it. You know what I mean? Like, one of the things is that you want to make sure that the guy that you have, it's not so much about comfortability and doing whatever they want or whatever. It's just like, hey, I have a routine. I'm best fit here as I go through my routine. And and maybe at the end of the day, yeah, maybe he wanted to open up the series in the Bronx, you know what I mean, the home opener. But we want to make sure that he gives us his best, and his best is maintaining his routine and doing what he got to do. So yeah, because again, his history with the Yankee fans on the socials and the type of person that he is, everybody's gonna say, "Oh yeah, look, see attitude," and he's gonna bring that. It had nothing to do with that. People just want to make it into a controversy.
Yeah. And so people have been saying that he's been more of a good teammate. Been a good teammate. So.
Yeah, I'd rather listen to them than the social media.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, at this point, I want the season to start, which we'll do a podcast the day before the season starts.
Yes.
Just talk about last minute things. We'll see the roster at that point in time. The roster. We'll go from how the rotation lines up.
Maybe some
we'll
injury
confirmation.
Injury updates.
Yeah, we'll have any updates. Hopefully there's no injuries or anything like that, and everything is just nice and good and copacetic, my friend. I would love that. I would love that. Is there anything else that we've missed?
No, I mean, the last couple games, everybody's just getting into their groove, and
nobody went to Mexico except for Stanton and Verdugo.
Just a few. I think Volpe went as well.
To go face Bauer.
Yeah, I think not Soto stood back and Judge stood back or whatever. Yeah. I'm just excited, man. I want to see it. I want to see the lineup. I want to see everybody. What's the construction of the lineup is going to be. Obviously, the mainstays are Judge 2, Soto 3. I think that's what
I want to see this lineup bang, bro.
Yeah. Or Soto 2, Judge 3. Yeah, man. I just can't wait. So I think that's basically. I think we covered everything that we needed to.
Yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Guys, if you guys have any other things you guys want us to talk about, feel free to do so. Leave it in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. Spam that subscribe button. Like the video as well. And thank you so much for hopping on. We will see you guys later. Like I always say, like Chris always say, like we always say, like you always say, like they always say. Make sure you guys keep your pinstripes on and stay pinstripes strong. Let's go Yankees! Get us in the season! See? Get us in the